Great panel today. Democratic strategist Bernard Whitman is a former Bill Clinton pollster, and Mike Gallagher is a syndicated radio host and Fox News contributor. We have to get it out in the open right away. Bernard brought a rose.
He cheated.
Democrats have to use every tool we have.
Sleazy tactic.
We're going to get back to that.
It was for Gretchen, so wait till she finds
Mike,
out.
I told you not to call me out about that.
Okay, let's get to some of the polling. It's really interesting, Mike, if you take a look at the poll that we mentioned. The majority of Americans wish that this law never passed, but look at that other number. There's still many Americans, nearly 4 out of 10, that are glad it did pass. Is that a problem for Republicans?
But it's not the 50-50 split that we're sort of accustomed to seeing. Listen, the big question is whether Democrats are right when they say they're going to campaign on Obamacare. For us Republicans, it's all about the midterms, and that's why there's a great debate raging in my radio audience right now. Within my audience, they're all arguing about whether or not it was smart to vote to raise the debt ceiling. Listen, it's all got to be about Obamacare, and if you believe those numbers, Democrats are facing a losing proposition. If Republicans campaign against those who favored Obamacare, Republicans win.
Do you think so, Bernard?
No, I think the GOP is actually facing a health crisis of its own. And why? Because 3.3 million people have decided Obamacare is the way to go. And we're likely to get 6 of the 7 million projected signups by the end of March, which is amazing given the disastrous rollout that the program had.
So
here's what's going to happen.
Then why are Democrats turning away from it then? Why do they, we get all these reports they don't want the president campaigning with them.
That's different. The president's approval rating in certain states is not helpful. So why in a red state would you want the president if his approval rating is low? But here's the thing. 55% of Americans also say, you know what, Obamacare is a law. We're tired of the GOP providing no alternatives, no solutions, just trying to repeal this. 55% say, you know what, it's the law. Let's try to fix it. Let's try to optimize it.
Right.
Mike,
but people are signing up.
I have a number for you, Mike. I want to ask you about 9% of American families that we polled say that the family is better off because of the law, which is so low, regardless if you're a Democrat
not even double digits,
or a Republican. But this is the question now. There are some Democrats that are offering more fixes to the law. Can Republicans afford to say, we're not even going to touch that, even though 9% of you are better off? Is that a problem for Republicans?
It's not a problem. It's an opportunity. It's a political opportunity. If a very esteemed strategist like Bernard, who wrote 52 Reasons to Vote for Obama, is touting a number of... I skimmed it. I looked at the Cliff Notes version. But if he's touting 3 million people as benefiting from Obamacare right now, this thing is a mess. Mitt Romney is right. Now, listen, if Democrats are going to stick to their guns, again, politically speaking, Republicans would be so wise to just hammer Obamacare.
To repeal it or to fix it or what? To
attack the Democrats who supported it. Frankly, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
It's not about attacking. It's not about politics. It's about actually solving the health problems of the American people.
No.
And by the way, not 3.3 million people have benefited from Obamacare today. No, I said have signed up. 85 million people have gotten free preventative care because of Obamacare. So the more people understand that actually they get free preventive services, there's no caps on coverage, you can't be kicked out, people are going to be increasingly favorable to this law.
3.3 million is far short of your projections of Obamacare.
It's only going to be $1 million off.
So the Democrats are offering now potentially a copper plan. We have the gold, the silver, the bronze, Bernard. It's a copper plan that would be low price, below coverage. And some say this is precisely what this law is supposed to prevent. But this is what they'd like to talk to the White House about. The White House says they're open to talking about it.
I think we need to talk about it because the facts are some people do want low coverage, low cost plans. And if people want that, they should be able to have it. I'm not opposed to that at all. And the president shouldn't be either.
They could also roll out the rusted plan, the rusty metal plan. That would be
that's
good
what
too.
we've had.
And if we've gotten through a lot of metals here.
Yeah, trust me. That's why they keep extending the deadlines for the mandate. Listen, Bernard knows it's a train wreck. The Democrats know it. They're just going to pretend that this is a good thing for Americans. We're trying to do the right thing for people. It's a winner for Republicans, politically speaking.
Have Republicans made it clear that the Obamacare plan is associated specifically with what they would call a progressive Democratic platform, or is Obamacare so big that it almost exists in its own space, where it's a policy issue, not a platform issue?
The numbers speak for themselves. I mean, everybody knows their premiums are going up. Everybody sees the businesses are getting hammered. It doesn't even have to be a right-left debate. It doesn't have to be a Republican-Democrat debate.
It's
a paycheck. That's the rose. Here comes the rose. Go ahead,
That's why I brought it in. Look, the facts are we've seen the first time that healthcare costs, the increase has actually started to decline. So we actually are starting to get our way out of this mess. Health problems, I mean, health insurance was skyrocketing in cost. Healthcare coverage was skyrocketing in expense, and we're finally starting to get control over that. So the law is beginning to
I'm bringing
work.
a dozen roses next week.
This.
A dozen is
it's a
my
nice rose.
I'll trump that.
Day late, $1 short.
Mike Bernard, thank you very much.
You
Great
bet.
to see you both.